So I personally, I know 3 ways that you can cut a flare, like 3 easy ways you can cut a flare. But on this video, I just want to show you guys 2 ways. You don't even need a third one, okay? Especially the first one. If you're able to understand the first one, understand how to do it, the first method, you don't even need the second method, you don't need a third. But then if you don't understand the first one, if you try it on, which there is no way, but if that happens and you don't understand the first one, then you have the second one. But the second one is like straightforward, straight to the point. There is no way to, you won't understand that one. But yeah, that is what this video is all about. Welcome to the channel. My name is vivianaddict, and right here on this channel I show you, I don't like to say teach, I show you how I recreate outfits. And on this video I have 2 easy beginners method that you can cut a flare. Okay, when I mean easy, I mean easy, girl. I'm going to be putting you guys through all the step by step, bit by bit, and 2 methods, like I said. The first method is like the manual way. When I say manual, like you use your hand to do the dividing of the measurement, you use your hand to do everything, like it's just manual. In this case, you don't need like a calculator, which is the second way. You don't need a calculator, you don't need any tech. You just go ahead and divide with your measuring tape. And yes, that is the first method. And the second method is going to be us using a calculator, and I'm just going to be showing you guys the formats that you can do that. And it's easy, yeah? Please don't close off your mind and be like, I'm not sure. Nah, it's easy, okay? Just stay tuned and trust me, you're going to be understanding every step as we go along the video. Now, these are the measurements you are going to be needing for this, both the method, the first, the second. These are the measurements you need. You need your waist circumference, or the circumference of wherever you're about to cut the flare for. So it mustn't be waist. Most times you use that for your armhole, or you're trying to cut a flare for your boot cut, like those kind of boot cut that is flare on the base. Now you need the circumference of that point. But anyways, let's just use waist, okay? For this video, let's use waist, for you understand. Now you need your circumference, and then you need the length of the flare, how long you want the flare to be. So now let's go into the first method. Now the first method, like I said, is the manual way. And let's go into my screen right now, because I pre-recorded the video so that when I'm talking and I want to explain, I have it. Okay, let's just do that. And what is the name of the file? Yeah. Okay, I've seen it. Now the first thing you're going to be doing for the first method, I'll be using this black satin. And you guys, it's not like I'm about to make a flare skirt or flare anything. I just want to use this particular fabrics. But for the 2 method, I'm just going to use this fabrics for it, but it's not like I'm about to sew something. So this is satin, and the first thing you do for the first method is you're going to go ahead and fold your fabric into 2, and then 2 again. So what we need is 4 layers of fabric. Now if you're trying to cut a full flare, you need to fold your fabric into 4, okay? To get that fullness you want, you need to fold your fabric into 4. So the first thing you do is fold into 2. And so I'm showing you guys what to do. Right now I have my fabric folded into 2, and then this is folded into 2 by length, and now fold into 2 by width. See, you can see that I'm folding to have like equal parts on these 2 sides at the edge, okay? So at one point I have all the fabrics together in closed edge. When I mean closed edge, like it's closed, there is no open side, no, all of them are closed. So I have one side in closed edge, and in this side I'm touching right now, I have all of them in open edge, okay? So to be able to get this thing accurately, you should iron your fabric, okay? But for the fact of illustration, I'm not going to iron my fabric, because getting my iron to this point, I don't have a socket connected to the wall in my house this side. So at this point where I have the closed edge, I'm going to divide my round waist by 4, okay? My round waist, we're using the circumference of round waist, and I'm dividing my round waist by 4. My round waist is 30. I'm going to divide into 2, and then into 2 again. That is 4 times, okay? So 30 divided by 2 is 15, and if you divide 15 by 2 again, you get 7.5. Now this is me saying 30 divided by 4, I get 7.5. So that is my round waist divided by 4. So now I have that point. I'm going to hold on to that 7.5 on this side, and on this other side here I'll hold on to my 0 or my 1, and then from where I have my closed edge I will make a curve like this, making sure I'm just holding 1 to 7.5. okay, see the rest of the tape, I don't need it. What I need is this point should sit here, and on this other side I'm trying to make a curve. I should have 7.5 there. Okay, so see me trying to take all the rest of the tape out of it. So I have only 1 to 7.5, and I'm just going to make a curve here. I'm just trying and making sure that what I have from the first curve to the other curve is 7.5. And once I am sure, I'm just going to bring my chalk and indicate those points. Okay, so I'll use my chalk to indicate here. I just want to know the 7.5 I have here. You can see the way I made the curve, right? It is not too curvy and it's not just shallow, it's just in between, and this is the right amount of curve. So I'll indicate this here, and on this side where I have my 1, I'll indicate the point. Now for us to get the curve correctly, we'll go ahead and place the tape on these 2 points, and then we're going to measure what we have. So from this closed edge here, we'll go down, place the tape from here to here, go down and find out what you have there. So I'm just going to find out what I have. So what I'm getting right now is 4.5. That's what I'm getting right now. Okay, so I'm getting 4.5. I'm going to measure from this point now, the closed edge again, to this other point, and I'm getting 4.75. From here to here, I'm getting 4.75. okay, now what I'm going to do is, because this 4.75 is bigger than the other side where I have 4.5, I'm going to use this 4.75 and mark around this curve. So I'll just keep going like this with 4.75. So I'll place the tape from the closed edge and I'll mark 4.75 like this. I'll continue just making sure that from that closed edge my tape does not move. And where I have my 4.75, I'm just going to keep turning it until I make a complete curve of 4.75. okay, you see me going like this. Just take your time, you don't need to rush. So I'll keep going until I get like the complete 4.75 around this curve. And now that I am done, I'll place my tape now and calculate if this is 7.5. okay, that is my round waist divided by 4. So what I'm trying to do here is use my curve ruler to get like the complete curve before I calculate, but it is not necessary. If I had just go in with my chalk and connect the points together, I'll get like, but I don't know, I just wanted to use a ruler. Okay, so now you see the curve, you see how it's looking, right? It's accurate from right to left. So what I'll do now is I'm going to take my tape and make sure I get 7.5. okay, that is my round waist divided by 4. So I'll place my tape from 7.5 and I'll place it on the curve like this to make sure I get 7.5, and you can see that I'm getting like 7.5 and something. That is ½ inch. So the excess I'm getting here, the ½ inch. Now if I'm about to make a skirt, that ½ inch is just going to be for my zip. okay, so if you're making a skirt or you're trying to join this to something, you just need that extra to join. Like if you're trying to create like a skirt, you need that extra. So what I will do now is I'm just going to cut this away from that first point. You know why? I'm going to be following it, but I'll just come out by 1/4 inch, because most times when you cut out your fabric and you leave it, it just opens up again. okay, so to avoid that, I'm just going to cut, like I just left 1/4 inch before that line and I cut. So you can see the 1/4 inch is not so much, so that no matter how it's trying to open up, it's not just going to go more than the 7.5. so right here I'm measuring again to let you guys see that I have 7.75 and almost a point, so like it's almost 8 inches, and that is okay. So this is it for this curve. We're just going to go ahead and mark the length. So like I said, all you need was just your round waist and the length. okay, round waist or round armhole or round anywhere you're cutting, and the length. So right now we're marking the length. So all you have to do now is place your tape from the curve and just keep turning. As you're turning on the top where the curve is, you're turning at the length. So I'm placing my tape and I'm marking 14 inches. Okay, I'm just gonna keep marking 14 inches to create a new curve at the base, and that is the length. Wasn't that easy? I hope it wasn't too hard for you guys to understand. But then I feel like looking at the illustration itself, like it's pretty easy to understand from the illustration. So see, my hand is moving at the top, is moving at the base, is moving at the top. So just all you have to do is mimic. Okay, make sure that as you're moving at the top, as you're marking your length, you move at the top, you move at the base. Just keep going until you get like a very nice curve, and make sure you're consistently marking what you marked from the beginning to the end. Okay, from your left to the right, make sure you're marking the same thing. So I'm just going to connect one point, the other point, the other point, and I just want to get like a very accurate curve, just as I did on the top. Okay, and now I can cut. So you can see that I have created a 360-degree flare, and if I go ahead and open this up, you're going to be surprised to see how beautiful it looks. Now if you're making a flare skirt, you just did it. You just did a great job. If you're making a flare dress, you also did a great job. Okay, what I'm trying to say here is, if you're cutting this, even when you're marking your length, if you're supposed to place something on top so your fabric does not move, okay, is very important. But the fact that I'm not using this for anything, so I didn't even think about it. But then you have to place something on top of your fabric before you cut, so you cut accurately at the base and accurately at the top. So this is my flare. Yeah, you can see how beautiful it looks, right? If I'm about to make something right now, you can see that I have like a very cool flare. So yeah, this is my flare. And please let me know if this first way or this first option is simple. Let me know what you think about this first step. And yeah, I hope you don't have problem understanding this. So let's move into the second step. Now, before we move into the second step, I just want to quickly talk to a few of you that is trying to learn something, like you want to pick up a skill, or you're trying to, do something with your time. Yeah, so I just want to talk to a few of you, you guys, especially the content creator, people that are actually starting up as a content creator, because I also am starting up. I want to talk to my fellow beginners in content creating. I want to talk to my fellow fashion designers. Like, if there is anything that you're doing right now that like you're really interested in and you want to grow in doing it, this particular message I'm about to pass is for you now. First of all, this is about Skillshare, and I have a link on my description box below that the 1 month free trial is about to finish, and I really want a lot of you to partake in it. I want you guys to benefit from it before the 1 month free trial was given to me. The link was given to me to give to my subscriber. I don't want it to just go without you guys benefiting from it. So right now I'm trying to tell you that it's about to be done. My own promotion is about to be done, and I want those of you that are really interested right now to learn something. For the content creators, you have been making videos and you feel like, okay, these videos are like they're not getting any audience, and you are feeling like, oh, you're tired of creating, what are you doing wrong? I feel like you need to just hop on right now on this Skillshare community. Like, it's an online learning community where you learn anything you want to learn that concerns creativity. So I feel like you should hop on this and go learn how to like film engaging videos, how to incorporate storytelling into your whatever you're trying to do, how to get them attracted to your video, how to inspire them through your work, how to educate them, how to whatever it is that you're interested in. You want to learn creative arts, if you want to learn music, you want to learn illustration, you want to learn fashion, how to sew, how to film videos, vlogs, whatever it is that you want to learn, like you want to be like a creative writer, just go click. Okay, like please don't skip on this. Like I want a lot of people to really benefit from this. I've really learned a lot from Skillshare, and I want you guys to also go learn. I have a link down below, so just go click right now and hop on Skillshare. Okay, and yeah, that is it. That's what I just wanted to say. I hope you were able to get my message. Now let's get into the second step. So for this second method, I'm going to be using this green silk. Yes, like I said, I used silk for the whole tutorial. I had to use like a cheap fabric. It's an illustration, please don't blame me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold into 4. Now, like I said, cutting the flare, you actually always need to fold into 4. It makes sense. Okay, you have to fold into 4. So I'm doing the same for the second method. The process is mandatory. Okay, folding into 4. So my fabric right now is folded into 4, and I have the close edge facing me. So I have the fabric all facing me. Now what I'm trying to tell you here is go ahead and iron. If you're making what you want to make right now, you actually need to iron. Okay, so see, I have 4 layers of fabric, and now the next step is, for this one you need to have a calculator. Now your phone has calculator, and now you're just going to go ahead and divide your round waist by 6.28. okay, now this is standard, like it's standard. It is not my rule. It's a rule of, like, it's math. Okay, if you're a mathematician, you should know this. Now you go ahead and divide your round waist, or whatever circumference you're trying to cut the sleeve for, you divide it by 6.28. now I'm going to divide my round waist, which is 30, or divide that by 6.28, and right here I have 4.7777. and if you know how to approximate, you should know that we are going to approximate this into 2 decimal points. So I'm going to make it 4.75. okay, so that's what I'm going to mark. Now I'm going to place my tape from the close edge, okay, where I have the close edge, and I'm going to mark 4.75 round my fabric. Now just the way we did the other time, but that time we had to go through breaking it first and then using what we got to now mark around. Now the calculator has done the work. All you have to do now is go ahead and mark that 4.75. see, that is where my tape is starting from, and then I went in by 1, and I make sure that my tape does not leave that close edge, that pointy close edge where I have my thumb. Okay, that is where the 4.75 is sitting, the close edge. And now marking the rest round my fabric. Okay, see the way I'm doing, babe, you can't miss this. You can't misunderstand what is happening right now. So yeah, now I have the 4.75 round this curve. I have created a curve from that. From placing my tape and going this way, I created a curve. Let's go ahead and calculate if I have my round waist divided by 4, which is 7.5. Yes, I have 7.5. Let's go again. I think I got 8, but let's go again. Oh, you can see here I got 7.5. Now this is my round waist divided by 4, and I have that on this curve. Now the calculator, like I said, is straightforward. You just see I just did divided by 6.28, and I got 4.75, and I marked this round my fabric, and I'm getting like the accurate 7.5, which is my round waist divided by 4. Now I have cut this out. I've gone ahead to cut out the curve, and now we have to mark the length. It's the same process like the first one. Go in by the length, and for my length here, I'm going to be marking 13 inches round. So now on this part, when you're marking your length, like I said on the first one, you make sure that you're moving your tape on the top of the curve where you have the first curve we just created. Make sure that you also move your tape at the length. Like as you're moving at the length, you're moving at the top. As you're moving at the top, you're moving at the length. So to get that beautiful curve, that accurate curve, move. You are not a statue, move. So now that I have done this, and this is what I have, like the first one, the same curve, I'm just going to go ahead and cut, and you guys are going to see that this has automatically become a flare, a 360-degree flare. Now you guys, this is it for the 2 methods I know. Let me know which method you like more. Like, which one do you think is more easier? Which one will you stick to? I know most of you are just going to run into using the calculator method because like the easiest. Now that is also good. Now if in a situation where you don't have a calculator nearby, in a situation where you just have your tape, because before you can sew anything you should have your tape. In a situation where you just have your tape, now you can use your tape to follow the first way and you're just going to be good. You get the accurate flay and you're good to go. Now if you decide that okay, you want to get your calculator, you want your calculator to be with you all the time, because for you to be able to watch my video right now you should have a phone, and that phone should have a calculator, so you're good. I think all of you are good. If you're seeing this video, you're good. Okay, you're good. So this is it. This is my flay. Now in the place where you need to add a zipper allowance to your flay, make sure that you cut, if you're supposed to cut your round waist by 4 divided by 4, you make sure you have like excess. You should have like 1 inch excess, ½ inch excess. Now you can use that for joining to whatever, or adding zip, whatever you want to add later to the flay. You have the allowance. Okay, so always make sure that you have like excess when you're trying to add zip to it, and then you hem the base and you're good. Okay, so you guys, this is it for this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you have already gone ahead to click on that link that I talked about, the Skillshare link. Okay, and you guys, I really want all of us to grow together, especially if you're in Africa. I keep saying this. What I mean is there's a lot we can all do together, especially us from Africa. Okay, because our government is bad, and the only way forward now is for us to just learn our way out of this whole situation. And you know, no knowledge is wasted. You can bank or profit from any knowledge. So the more you learn, the more better you get, the more money you're going to make, the more percentage you have in making money. So that is what I want. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, subscribe if you haven't. You need to be here. Yeah, we need to all grow together. So subscribe if you haven't, like, comments if you have any comments, if you have questions, if you have anything for me, let me know in the comment section, or you want to DM me on Instagram. My hand is just going to be up right now, vivianaddict. That is my Instagram handle. Go and DM me. And yes, that is it all. That is all for me to you. Love and light always, always. Love and light from me to you. I love you guys so much. Bye.